now there will be call of the stomach. And I had a lot of questions over here, but I'm just going to discard it. And just one thought I wanted to put across, and before that I just wanted to share with Mr.Ravi Murrugaiah. It was not a military regime. It was a fun regime. She was given all the space. The only thing was she cooperated and wanted to utilize that space. She wanted to create something in that space, go into that particular dimension. And it was fun because we are doing all the learning in that particular process. I think what we learned in the last 1 year was phenomenal. And just one thought, yes, there has been a huge exponential transformation which has taken place in her. But to the panelists, I just want to put one question across. Is it just a flash in the pan? Or is it a flame that can put a forest on fire? What are your thoughts? If you can just share, and then I'll pose, the audience can ask you a couple of questions. Is it something which has just happened, or do you think this is going to be an ongoing process?
I think what Sagarikka has done for us, for our region, it's something very, very new. You look at admission processes in Ivy Leagues in the West, and they ask for traits which have very much been entailed in her journey over the last 1 year. They ask what skill you have in culture, what skill you have in sport, have you performed in front of a large gathering, and have you done community service. They are not asking just mark. They are asking all the other aspects which I think Sagarikka has gone through. For India and for Trichy, where we are so conservative, I think this is definitely a flame which will turn the forest to glow.
Thank you, thank you. Would you share something on this particular point? Yes.
This is definitely not a flash in the pan. It's very absurd to say so, because the kind of training they have given for the past 1 year, and the kind of books she's talking about, and the kind of exposure, the kind of industries, the kind of Make in India inspections, and the kind of things she's talking about is really mind-boggling. And I would say it's just the beginning. Definitely not the end. You're going to see it's just in colloquial terms, it's just a trailer. The main picture is yet to come.
One question I want to put to the panelists here. Sagarikka talked about convergent thinking and divergent thinking. All the three people here are doyens. Huge divergent thinkers, huge in their own field. And they have done thespian service. Each one is brilliant. I think we can sit at their feet and learn from all of them about divergent thinking, which unfortunately is not there in our curriculum. I want them to share their comments and insights on this.
Yeah, first I want to say that there is a life வந்து ஃபார்முலாவில் போட்டுடலாம். இந்த ஃபார்முலா வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஜீனியஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு ஃபோக்கஸ் ப்ளஸ் டெய்லி இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் ப்ளஸ் டைம் ஈக்குவல் டு ஜீனியஸ். அதாவது எந்த விஷயம் எடுத்தாலும் அந்த விஷயம் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணணும், அந்த விஷயத்தில் டெய்லி இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும், ப்ளஸ் டைம் கொடுக்கணும். Focus plus daily improvement plus time equal to genius. And Sagarikka has run that formula and thus has made her sit here. And in the process, she has also given a new identity to Sivakumar and Savitri in the process. I think it's a wonderful reciprocal thing what's going on here. And இதுதான் வந்து இந்த திருவள்ளுவர் ரொம்ப அழகாக சொல்வார், வந்து ஈன்ற பொழுதில் பெரிதுவக்கும் தன் மகளை சான்றோன் என கேட்ட தாய் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு lovely occasion is going on here. I think is hats off to her and hats off to Savitri and hats off to Sivakumar, and I want to take a picture with you also if you can come.
Yeah, what you said is, Mr.C said is correct, because previously I was known as Savitri's husband, now I am known as Sagarikka's father.
What you said was right, sir, and in fact, I used the word military regiment on stage, just it was only in a jocular vein, because I read a schedule, it starts from 7 o'clock in the morning, and for a young girl like this, to stick to a schedule itself is not a joke. It's a very difficult task, and that's why I used that. That's exactly what. And as far as this question is concerned, yeah, actually, thinking out of the box is what is required today. First of all, the parents have thought out of the box. And of course, the daughter herself, Sagarikka herself, has been always thinking out of the box. And for parents and a daughter to think together out of the box is not a joke. It doesn't happen. It happens once in a century or once in 10 years, something like that. And it has happened today. And definitely the kind of, and she says that she's still searching. So that itself tells the story.
They were talking about divergent thinking, and this paperclip analogy was very, very interesting. Just to get the audience involved in this, give me examples where you can use paperclip.
Of late, on WhatsApp, I got it. For the same paperclip can be used in our no problem.
He's
Hearing drops, which is healing our total body system, different system in different places. That is the use of that paperclip. Can I go little further if you permit me? Divergent and convergent we are talking about. The same quotation, one place.
Audience, because of lack of time, otherwise we could sit through the whole night. I have to do out of box thinking, because I don't know what time to what time we should have the meetings, because morning nobody comes, afternoon nobody comes. So we'll take all these questions later, so you can share your thoughts and views. So just let's stick to that one point if you don't mind, sir.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
The main thing is normal people think paperclip is only so big and it's made only of metal or plastic lately. What if it's of styrofoam? What if it's 20 feet high? Can it be a cell phone tower? We never think of those possibilities. Reason being, the education system taught us not to question. Education, you must question. That is where you innovate. That is where you create.
Thank you. And finally, can you have one or two questions from the audience?
Okay, no problem. What is the key? What you have taken for in your career, sir? I would like to ask the same question for yours.
You mean to say the key ingredient of success in these fields?
Yeah.
I think Prafula has touched that point. It is self-belief.
Almost similar, it's passion, which I was talking about on stage. Follow your passion, victory is close by.
My answer is very similar, but I will give you a clue as to how I got there. There was a friend who gave me this book which I spoke to you about, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And one of the first things they say is, turn off the TV, read more books. You will find your passion and you will be successful.
Yeah, and just let me share one more thing. We didn't have a TV in our house for 4 years. Sagarikka is not updated on any TV serial. Okay, none of the movies. We have a big TV set on which we only watch YouTube and educational videos.
Jim Rohn puts it so nicely. He says, poor people have got big televisions and rich people have got big libraries. Whether you are rich or poor, go home and find it for yourself. Yeah, you tell the answer.
My success is like I was passionate in doing whatever I did. So that's my key to success.
One last question, please.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a gentleman at the back. Can somebody hand him over the mic?
He's here.
Oh,
I'm already in the
There's
queue.
one. Okay. After you, the last question will be from that gentleman.
No. Ask her.
Just there's one question from here.
Sagri was.
We'll finish, sir. I'll just get back to you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks for this excellent one. Sagarikka was privileged to have these excellent parents. இப்போ ஸ்கூலில் இருக்கிற மற்ற சாதாரண குழந்தைங்க, ஒரு தமிழ் மீடியம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டில் இருக்க சின்ன குழந்தைங்க, இந்த எக்ஸ்போஷர் இல்லாத குழந்தைங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரியான அன்ஸ்கூலிங்கில் கிடைக்கக்கூடிய இந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ்லாம் எப்படி அவங்க எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணலாம் அதுக்கு வந்து அந்த குழந்தைங்களுக்கு டைரெக்டாக நம்ம சொல்கிறதா இல்லை பேரண்ட்ஸ் எஜுகேட் பண்ணுறதா, ஒரு சொசைட்டியில் இந்த மாதிரி ரெவல்யூஷன் எடுத்து வர்றதுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான ஸ்டெப்ஸு ஸ்கூல்ஸில் எப்படி கொண்டு வரலாம்? ஐ டோன்ட் நோ, ஐ ஜஸ்ட் ஃபிகரிங் அவுட் என்ன எப்படி கொண்டு வரது எனக்கு தெரியல. இதை ஒரு எஜுகேஷன் இட்டர்ஸ் சார் கேன் கிவ் அஸ் அன் ஐடியா எப்படி பண்ணலாம்? ஐ மீன் வாட் இஸ் யுவர் விஷன்?
கிராமத்தில் இருந்து தமிழ் மீடியமில் இருக்க குழந்தைங்களுக்கு இந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் தேவையில்லை, தே ஹேவ் இட் நேச்சுரலி. டாக்டர் பிரளயன் சென்னையில் he goes around doing a skit, a Tamil play, street play வச்சு தெருக்கூத்து மூலமா they are conveying the message saying school is really not educating. The natural experience they go through in their lives in villages is where real education is. So don't worry about it. They have better exposure, better experience than those who get up in the morning, go to school, come home, go to tuition, come home, go to school again. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please.
This is a really good evening. We will have to appreciate it. From hearing all the three dignitaries in the stage, we understand that there is a transformation, and by you biological parents of the girl, the transformation has started. This is a beginning. This has got a long way to go. Unschooling is not a process. As the entrepreneur sitting right to you, sir, said, learning.
Sir, your question, sir. So
Yes, I am coming to the question. See, if a student is made to learn without going to school and without getting a degree, Mr.Prathive is here. Can he be able to accommodate this girl as a faculty in his college?
But before he answers,
Yes.
I don't think she will be a faculty. She will create faculties.
No. I am talking about children.
Okay,
I am talking about students, not about Sagarikka. I know you will place her in a better place. You will guide her. I know.
It's really these discussions, forums like these, which make what you're asking possible. As a matter of fact, when Dr. Prafulla was speaking on stage, I was sharing with our chief guest, saying, how will somebody get into IIM if they don't go to regular school? And I made it a point to mention it to him as well. They are working, even within IIM framework, they are working to accommodate children or people with passion who don't necessarily go through regular school. The process is happening.
Thank you. We'll have two questions. First from one of my gurus, Bala sir. Sir, you can be seated.
Friends, it's not a query, it's an observation. So I may get some extra time also. Now, first to the last query of Shiva, namely, one swallow does not make a summer. He has already given the answer. There was a divergent view between these two. I am also a moderator, you know that. So that's number one. But the problem with our society is who is to bell the cat? And you have done it. They richly deserve, and all the film goers are waiting for S3, Singham 3. We have S3 here, that is Shavitri first, Sivakumar next, and Sagarikka next. In some other order, Shiva represents knowledge, Savitri represents wisdom, but Sahir represents intuition. கைத்தட்டனுப்பா. மனிதன் பிறந்தவுடன் காலாட்டு, இறந்த பிறகு நீராட்டு, இடையில பாராட்டுன்னு நினைக்கிறவங்க கைத்தட்டினா இன்னும் 5 வயசு கூடும். And 2 more observations. One to a quarrel within inverted commas between military regime and your defense. It was fun-filled. It is Emerson who said both Savitri and Shiva were temporarily cruel to be ultimately kind. English பஞ்சுக்கு கை தட்டாட்டி அவர் கோச்சுக்குவார், தமிழ் பஞ்சுக்கு மாத்திரம் கை தட்டிட்டு இங்கிலீஷ் பஞ்சுக்கு கை தட்டாட்டி அவர் கோச்சுக்குவார். Finally, right from the word go, Sagarikka went to the stage and said, I am not a prodigy. But a counter came from IIM director down to the final speaker, my good friend, CEO Care. I always go to the defense of this uncle. That's what Sagarikka calls. I judged her at the stress interview where actor Surya gave her Miss Mamaria title. Latest gem on her crown. பத்தாது, அதாவது சூர்யாவை இன்சல்ட் பண்றவங்க கை தட்ட வேணாம், அல்லது சாகரிக்காவை இன்சல்ட் பண்றவங்க கை தட்ட வேணாம். Latest gem on her crown. It was a stress interview. I go to her defense. You are not a prodigy. Reason? Mozart was a composer at the age of 5. Rembrandt was a painter at the age of 6. Kuttaliswaran was a swimmer at the age of 11. Thank you.
And one last question. Yes.
Sir, can you give us some tips to become a genius like you for my son and for all here whoever gathered here within 2 seconds? Thanks. Because
Sagarikka.
No, other than Sagarikka.
No, the book, what she's shared as experience.
No, sir, I'm asking is Sagarikka knows everywhere now here. You can, other than Sagarikka, you can as your example.
Let your children find their passion and that will make them geniuses.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening. This question is to Sagarikka and her father particularly. I know that Sagarikka's friends would have been jealous, right, during her unschooled years because she was living her life. But what was the immediate response from her friends or parents, friends of her parents? Like how were you able to tackle them?
Definitely family members would oppose it. Some of them did. And it was a tough time because one of the things I asked her to do was go and sell products from door to door. I don't think any parent would tell a 15-year-old to go house to house and sell products. Every place she went to, 9 out of 10 was a negative response. And she would come back home crying. And we would laugh. But something would happen. She became thick-skinned. She became shameless. And then she kept on knocking. She knew that if she knocks 5 times, somebody is going to open the door and she's going to push the products through. I think that was a huge learning she got, which probably you don't get in a school. Just to share one leaf out of what happened in her experience.
I had a school, so even I am ready to, as Sir said, that we are trendsetters of late. So I want to take this bold initiative by addressing Sagarikka's dream. Can we have the privilege of calling you people because you have to be the role models?
Yes, I just wanted to put it across for the whole year 2017. We have a chalked out a plan because morning she goes to the gym and then she will be on the stocks, and every day session either she is in a digital marketing company or she will come and address people, because we want to carry the message across. So we have been spoken to in many parts of India also. They have called us. So we'll be traveling in and out and we want to share this message with as many people as possible. And she would love to do the project. At the same time, probably we'll be full-time parents. We'll be going here and there, accompanying her. And I will be training her in the maths, physics and chemistry, because that is also something, academics is something very essential in life.
Wonderful.
So definitely, we welcome this opportunity. Thank you.
And we'll be privileged to have you all in our presence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so with this, we wind up now. We are going to have a short session now, okay, and where we are going to talk about how the proceeds of the book are going to be plowed, and we are going to call a wonderful couple. And Onita, you'll do the honors of calling them, so we can have the
So
dignity.
thank you very much to all the dignitaries. Thank you very much, sir. And very quickly, because we are running out of time.
Of course, sir.
Savitri ma'am, can we have this? Sir, kindly stay on the dais, please. We have a few mementos. So can you help Savitri ma'am to carry that across?
You enjoy the evening.
Absolutely.
Just pass it to her. Mr. Sivakumar, kindly hand over the mementos to the dignitaries, please. I'd also request Mrs. Nimivaria. Is Mrs. Nirmala available, please? You want to go and take it? Ma'am, shall we, when she comes, we'll hand it over?